Welcome back, everyone, to the much anticipated daily dose of Dynasty Scrolls. I say that with a little bit of humor, but a big thank you for all the subscribers that have got us to 300. Honestly, would never thought we'd be getting at least 300 after finishing getting 200. It feels like 2 weeks ago, so we are definitely on the path to hitting that 1K, and hopefully from there on, who knows, but thank you so much for all your support and comments. Let's keep growing the community together, and let me know in the comment section below if you're keen to start a Discord, and if you're keen to help out doing that, because it's pretty time consuming, but I'm definitely open for that idea, particularly around Dynasty Scrolls, but we also play lots of other games on this channel too. So, don't feel like your voice is not heard. I'll definitely be jumping on to other content, idle heroes wise, maybe some auto heroes to spice it up a little bit. I do play AFK Arena, so let me know if you're interested in seeing that AFK account. It is an oldie but a goodie. S38, if I believe, is correct, so it's pretty damn old. But yes, without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Sadly, my little dude isn't there, and I miss him because he often tells me lots of lovely things. He likes to bring me lots of lovely things, I should say. Um, but we definitely are not we're not disappointed with this event rollout. I don't know if it's in conjunction with the Chinese New Year. I don't see any. Um, Uh, Normally, when it's like a gift or a big event, you get a gift from them. That's generally how it goes. So I'm not entirely sure if we're just anticipating maybe a couple of daily gifts to celebrate the Chinese New Year. Obviously, Valentine's is tomorrow, Valentine's Day. So, I'm not sure if Eastern culture celebrates it as much as Western culture does, but I am anticipating some things to roll around. Of course, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that don't spend any money until the God's blessing appears, ladies and gentlemen. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Trust me, from a whale to everybody else in the world, it is seriously not worth it. And of course, I mean, we're just going to jump straight into it, what everyone's been waiting for. Zhuge Liang, a legendary hero, has appeared. These are like the ones that we've all been anticipating in terms of the fourth legendary available. We are going to get a free daily claim, which is some ink stones and some of these ink pens. So it is a very auspicious occasion for those that spend money. I must stress this, and I must point this out from the get go. This event is not free to play friendly. Let's just say that. But in terms of you being able to acquire some additional things like inkstones and the containers, you will be, of course, able to maximize these each day just by doing your daily participations. Let's jump into it. Give you an example. So I'm going to reset this floor. I haven't really pushed too much further in the tower yet. I will actually be doing that. Maybe we'll do a video just showcasing how far we go with I'm going to do a combined one, I feel like, with PvP and tower. Just see if we can do some progress. So if you're interested in seeing that, please drop a comment in the section below. I know someone asked for a PvP video, so we'll definitely be doing that. Um, you know what? Let's just skip this. We're not going to do all of them. We're just going to quick blitz it. And if you didn't know, you can actually skip all the way to the level that you're currently on by clicking this little X up here. But I wanted to give you an example of the drop rates for the inkstones. As you can see, it's not phenomenal. Like, I don't know what the percentage chances are, but I think in total, we're going to scroll through and see. Hopefully I didn't cause anyone to have too much dizziness as I scroll through here and count them out. But I feel like we got about six. So let's call this out. I know, it's boring. One, two, three, four, big ass gap, five, Another big ass gap. 6, 7, 8, 9, and that was it. So we only got 9 from that smash. Um, there you go. So there's the RNG. You're not going to get a perfect completion by doing it. But in terms of being able to acquire some freebies, make sure you're doing it. Make sure you're smashing out your daily events. It does help in the terms of what you can get out of these events. And I am a strong advocate of maximizing free items. Free items are the best. Free gold is better than all of that. But if you can't get gold, at least let's get some items, right? In terms of this, you will be able to do some divine weapon draws to get some more of these ink stones. We'll have a look to see what we can actually get from ink stones before before I give you the thumbs up and say, yeah, waste your resources. Generally speaking, I try to avoid this, but team battles, everyone should be doing some side quest team battles. Of course, it's a great way to get some more ink stones. It's not really going to cost you any gold. You should be able to do a few of these for free each day just by clicking here. You should be able to do 3 a day. If you want to buy some additional ones, they will cost you 100 gold. You're going to buy one. So that's that. So make sure you're doing those. This one we'll think about. We'll think about how much we actually get in terms of progress. As you can see, you get a lot more ink stones by doing the divine weapon rebate. So we'll see. We will see. Now, this is where things get interesting. This is where things get a little bit hectic. If you choose to spend on this event, you of course will be able to unlock each of the faction's heroes depending on which faction you're in. So we're going to have a look at them. Young Zhu, or Zheng Yu, I should say, is the last legendary before you get the super divine legendaries. I actually don't know who Wei's premium legendary is, so it's weird the way they divided it. Lubu, I know, is like the premium warlord. Not really familiar with all the other ones, unfortunately, and I do apologize for that. But in terms of this, basically, this is going to be the only way for now, for some of the servers, not all of them, but for some of the servers, for you to acquire these sort of rare heroes. So anyway, Wei, of course, we always like to talk about Wei. He bleeds targets, he reduces their HP, and he deals an additional 250% magic damage to targets with less than 4 rage. Interesting. He looks more like an AoE kind of dude, right? Front row enemies. Let's have a look at this guy, Zhu Liang. He is Shu. He deals damage to all enemies. He deals additional damage to a target with more than 50% HP. Increases all your heroes' block for 2 rounds and triggers Empty City when you have fewer heroes in battle than your enemy, and steals a total of 2 rage from all enemies with a 50% chance to remove all debuffs. Very interesting hero. As if Shu needs more heroes to steal anger. Anyway. Let's move on to Wu, which is Sun Shi, my favorite from my baby Wu account. Uh, Physical damage to the target and its adjacent enemies. Okay, interesting. It looks like a bit of splash damage. This attack has a 25% more crit and more crit strength. It increases all your heroes' defense for 10% for 2 rounds. Enter break formation. So these guys seem to be getting additionals, which I don't know if that makes any logical sense to you, but it's like they get these additional statuses. When first round begins, increase own attack and defense by 10% for 2 rounds, 50% chance to gain 4 rage. He seems like a pretty cool hero, but of course I am after Zhao Shi. Zhao Shi, he attacks the back row enemies he targets. His attack ignores 15% of target's defense, increases all your heroes' evasion by 10% for 2 rounds. That could actually stack quite well with his counterpart. For 2 rounds, 30% chance to trigger Transform. Transform the target into a wild boar for 1 round. Each of the wild boar's normal attack deals 50% physical damage to a column of enemies. Each of the wild boar's skills attack deals 100% physical damage to a column enemy. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what the demo does with the wild balls anyway. Does it proc? Okay, yeah, it did, but it didn't. Oh, okay. So that's a little bit twisted. I can essentially nerf your back row by turning him into wild boars, and they do no damage or very little damage to me. I wonder how long the transformation lasts for 1 round. Hmm. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, as you can see, he and all the other ones are the hot deal. If you choose to spend, I strongly recommend waiting for God's blessing to appear. I believe they'll have some phenomenal value in terms of the premium currency, which is, of course, the Imperial Seals. I don't advocate spending on any video games in any of my videos, but if you do, make sure you're making a informed decision. And by informed decision, I mean the best possible financial one, which in most instances is not spending at all. But if you choose to spend, like I continually reiterate, God's blessing is by far the better package. I would have liked to give you an example, but it looks like they're a little bit stingy. Um, Maybe it'll appear in a couple of hours. Who knows? It should be up by tomorrow, so hopefully when we do tomorrow's video, we should be able to compare some of that. Some of the other rewards you will get from premium currency is the opportunity to upgrade your divine weapons, including the newly released on this server, Serpent Halberd. Not bad, but in truth be told, I would not recommend buying anything other than this treasure chest. Because when the limited hero event drops, and it will drop, you will have a much higher chance of being able to complete the newest heroes. But in terms of the normal quote unquote free to play exchange, you do have your generics in there. Your ink stones seems to give you your basic stuff, whereas your ink pots well, sorry, your ink brushes, I should say, get you the basic stuff like your gold, your relic chests, and all the things that you really do need to progress in the game. But in terms of this, it looks like you've got your generics, you've got your shards for your heroes, you've got your weapon shards, and you've got some Quillian opportunities. Do not exchange here or here. It is a trap. Trust me, do not fucking do it. You will regret it. But in terms of the gold, everybody wants to know, is it worthwhile spending for gold? So it's going to cost me 1,000 gold to get five of these shards. Five of these shards. And it's going to cost me how much? 10,000 gold to get 50 shards. Am I even going to get 50 shards? I don't think I'm going to get 50 shards, am I? No, 5 tens. 5 tens is 50. I had to think about that for a second. Are we going to buy them? In all honesty, it is worth it. It is absolutely fundamentally worth it. I will see how we go towards the end of it and how much money I spend on these seals. Of course, it's going to cost you a little bit in terms of exchange. Where's my deluxe again? So it's going to cost you 10 seals to get five of these shards. Look, I'll do it for science. I'm going to do it anyway. But I'll show you towards the end of it. If anyone asks me in the comment section, is it worth exchanging it? Short answer, yes. Short answer, it is worth spending gold, 10,000 gold to get these shards. Because they will, of course, appear in the limited hero event later down the track, which means you're almost halfway to being able to build a hero. You're like, I want to call it halfway. You need 120 shards in total to build one legendary hero. As it probably will state here if I go into it. Let's not be half-assed. Let's see. It's 120 shards, so you should be able to buy 50 of those, which is almost halfway, meaning if you save up your additional 12k gold for when the limited hero event drops and they appear in the limited hero event, you actually have a far higher probability of building that legendary hero. So in terms of value, I strongly recommend it. Make sure you're doing your dailies every day. Don't be lazy like me. Just kidding. I'm never lazy. I always do them. But you should always be doing them for the stamina and the gold. Of course, there's those additional little goodies that you'll get, the ink stones and the ink brushes by completing them. But I think that pretty much covers the event in the nutshell. Make sure you're doing the questionnaire. You will get some free gold from that. It is a new season in the siege, so make sure you are, of course, positioning yourself to prosper. Hopefully they're not going to attack everyone. Let's just relocate there. I don't think we need to attack anyone today. Overall, not a bad event, not a bad start to the event. I'm really curious to see what comes next, whether or not the God's blessing will be amazing. We will definitely be spending on this if it is amazing. And of course, I'd really love to see a limited hero event drop with this one as well. Fingers crossed for that. Valentine's Day tomorrow, maybe they'll do some additional cool things. Who knows? But stay tuned. And thank you again so much for the 300 subs. And I'll catch you in the next one.